Yeah, press conference 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, cheers, man.
888. 123, 123. Okay, okay, okay. This one, yeah. Bahia Day. I'm joking, I'm joking. Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, okay.
Test, test, 1, 2, 3. You like
Phil.
Yeah, we're not previewing that today. We'll preview that on Tuesday at a press conference. Thank you. Yeah, I'll conduct it that way anyway. Yeah, no problem. Okay, who wants to get us underway? Cheers.
Hi, Kieran.
Right.
You started obviously in dream fashion, but that was a lesson in the ruthlessness of this team and this league.
Yeah, that was one of the lessons today. So we got off to a fantastic start, scored a great goal in the transition, probably the exact goal that we wanted to score today, and we knew that we could score with their line being high and Samuel O'Mari making runs behind, and he finishes it off well. So we got off to a great start, and then of course the game was lost in a 5-minute spell where there's some big lessons for us to learn, and I'm sure we'll do that. The first goal is a penalty where it's not at a very dangerous situation. Of course, a 1v1, but you're going to have to face them in this level. But being disciplined to not give away the penalty is really important, and a 1-0 lead that if we had have managed to hold on to for 10-15 minutes, I think the base was there for us to have a really competitive game today. I think everyone was comfortable with the plan that we came in with and how we executed in the first few minutes. But 1-0 goes to 2-1 in the space of a matter of seconds, more so than minutes, and the feel of the game changes completely. And what I think is positive and what was important from 3-1 that we managed to get back hold of the game. We managed to show resilience. The team stayed together, and we went from whatever it was, the 16th minute to the 88th minute without conceding. Of course, they had chances in the first half, but second half I think we defended well as a team and didn't give away too many opportunities. I think we had, in my eyes, a clear penalty that we should have went in at 3-2. I know City could have had other goals, but I think we should go in at 3-2. It's a really hard one to understand how it wasn't given, especially with the intervention on the first goal, and we could have went in at 3-2. So yeah, there's positives to take. There's of course some big lessons that you get from facing a team at this level, and that's normal for us to go through that with where the team and where the group and where the individuals are at. But again, I think it'll be a positive experience for us in the season.
Yeah.
You've had the toughest real possible start. Are you seeing enough in your team to encourage you that you can compete against the other teams in the Premier League?
Yeah, I am. And not to say that we've been, we were in any way dominant or we didn't manage to make the game competitive enough today. But I've seen enough in moments. Of course, last week we made a really competitive game for 60 minutes against Liverpool, and we showed the atmosphere, the intensity that we can play with at Portman Road and how difficult we can make it for teams coming there. And today there wasn't, we didn't have as much of the game for sure, but we scored our first goal. We showed that we can come to the best team in the league away from home, and on a difficult day to play against City as well. Let's be honest, it's their first home game. They've had a full training week. This is their first game back here since they won the league. There's great positivity around it. It was always going to be a difficult day to play in, but we showed we can come here, we can score on the transition. And of course the spell of chances that they had and goals that they had is a lesson that a period that we have to learn from, similar to last week where Liverpool in some ways scored 2 goals in 5 minutes. So we have to improve in those moments. But on the other hand, we've shown in very small periods of the game that we could play with the ball and play bravely and take the ball. It wasn't enough today, but it was maybe 4 or 5 moments in the game. We have to turn that into 8, 9, 10 and many more moments. I thought there was a lot of individual performances that were positive for us, stepping up to the level. And I think we'll have taken a lot from the first 2 games. We'd like to be sitting here with points on the board, but we know the fixture list meant that was going to be really difficult. We know we're in an adaptation process. We're coming with a group with so many who've climbed from League One in a very short space of time. We're now trying to integrate new players into that. That's not going to be an overnight process, but I think week by week we'll learn our lessons, and I'm sure that we'll improve over the weeks and months to come.
Phil.
Second goal, you've spoken before last season about goalkeepers being brave on the ball and that you don't have a go at them for that. And same today as perhaps with similar goals, a couple of similar goals last season.
I think it was probably a game management one today a little bit. It wasn't necessarily bravery or overplaying. We didn't get caught passing it. We just got caught with too much time on the ball, taking too much time on the ball in a situation where a fantastic team have just scored a goal and they're going to come after you and you're not going to have very much time. So I didn't think it was necessarily a playing out from the back situation. It was a game management situation that we didn't do well enough, and we have to learn from.
similar lesson from the Liverpool game where you said at 1-0, stop it going 2-3, and that little period where you can feel a turn and a twist in the game, and you've got to react to that. Is that again the lesson today?
Yeah, it is. It is. And to be fair, I think after the third goal, I think we showed that we have learned the lesson. We just didn't learn it quick enough after the first goal went in. But I think, you know, there was positive signs from that. When the third goal's in, the players got together on the pitch. They pulled themselves in. They stayed together. We showed resilience in the next spell. Of course, when the momentum's that strongly against you, there's still going to be some chances, but we showed some resilience within it. Nobody dropped their head. Our shape never really opened up. We didn't have huge organisational issues. We were just, by how we managed that 5-minute spell, we put ourselves in massive negative momentum, and we had to sort of fight to stay in the game in that period and claw some of that momentum back. And we've done that pretty well, to be honest. And I say, bar for, you know, a decision that's, you know, from my view, pretty hard to understand. We go in at 3-2, and in the second half, until the 88th minute, we're a couple of minutes away from coming back in and saying, okay, we've drew the second half. It wasn't the game that we wanted it to be. We weren't able to be as aggressive as we wanted to be, but the 5-minute spell in the game that we had dictated that wasn't going to be possible today, and we had to protect ourselves a little bit more. But the group done that well, and we were really close to coming in and saying that from 3-1 on 16 minutes. You know, the game very almost finished up in that situation, and actually with a penalty that could have been a little bit different the other way.
Did you see clarification on that? Why that one didn't go to VAR, but the first one did?
No, the fourth official gave a signal that it had been turned down for VAR, and they had looked at it. So I promised myself I don't want to speak too often about VAR coming into the league, to be honest. I think the only thing I'd say is possibly there's a little bit of a difference at times when there's a situation like the first goal where the play stopped, and then the situation after our penalty appeal is different because City have the ball and they keep it for a minute, and it's easier to forget about it. But yeah, I've seen it live. I thought it was nailed on. I've seen one replay. You know, maybe I need to see a little bit more, but I thought, you know, Leaf had one arm being pulled and another defender come across and swiped across his legs, and from the angle I've seen, it's hard to see how it's not given.
All good? Yeah.
Thanks,
you very
guys.
much. Cheers.
Thank you.
Evening, guys. We're working with the one mic, so if you can just let me know you'd like to ask a question, we'll come to as many of you as we can. We'll set an embargo towards the end for 10:30 on Sunday evening. Somewhere to start, please. Simon?
Hi, Pep. As home openers go, doesn't get much better than that? Or do you take, or you critical of the way the team started?
No. The team started really well in the front foot. We play really good, but the opponents play and make an exceptional action and credit to them. So, but I started, I think, in front foot. Always we talk about that after win what we won in the past. You know, think about if win is not good enough. You know, for what we achieve. This is the only problem we can have. And when I see the team for the first minute, it's completely the opposite. How respect Ipswich. Otherwise, I said to them, a team who would have promoted League One to Championship to Premier League is because there is something special. And I saw the game against Liverpool, how tough it was. Of course, away in the stadium in the first game, always more difficult than maybe today. But yeah, we're playing from foot. First half we create to win the game 4-5. Game will be over, and 3-1 is always, you know, score the 2 goals, and second goal always a problem. But I think we behave and we play. And the level that we started in Stamford Bridge and today, and with the lack of preparation that we had, most of us, so have the 2-2 it's really good.
Hello, Pep. And we all know how good Erling Haaland is, but how important is it for him to be up and running in that sort of style so early in the season?
I think I said a few weeks ago, I think he feels better than previous season. After travel, he struggled to handle it, and maybe not too much holidays. And remember the beginning, I said, I still am tired, still I am a bit drained. And this season for no Euros and relax and arrive really well. We talk a little bit in the States, like I didn't like some things that, and he changed I think mine, and I think of course he cannot play all the games until the end of the season, but you know how important it is. The numbers, scoring goals is unbelievable.
Phil?
Yeah, you just touched on what I was going to ask, actually, that as much as he would have suffered a summer of frustration watching the others play at the Euros, it was great for City that he wasn't there. Really.
Yeah.
You're reaping the benefit of that, really.
When there is something wrong, always because there's coming something positive. So always you have to try when you have a defeat, okay, take the positive of this defeat for move forward. So he would have loved to go with Norway to the Euros. Was not the case. Okay, relax, play good this season and the other ones to play good with him and qualify, or help to qualify Norway to the next tournament.
Hi, Pep. I also would like to ask you about Savinho. He looked very sharp again.
Yeah, first half better than second. Second was more difficult because they changed to 5 in the back and so deep, spaces are minor. But the penalty he created, the first action with the cross as well, winning with intuition in the pressing, you know, the second, yeah. So it's short time here and his impact is already good.
Jens?
Hi, Pep. I saw both after the 1-1 goal and the 2-1 goal that the players were really eager to get the game started again, run right back to the middle of the pitch and let's go again. How do you like to see that sort of reaction?
Body language is still there. Body language is still there. Define the team, the body language, how defend the set pieces or throw-ins, how when have the ball to attack, to first action is to threat the opponent, still is there. So it's just 2 games, so season will be long, we'll be up and down for sure. But I think everybody is committed and ready to do it.
Hi, Pep. Haaland now has as many hat-tricks as Wayne Rooney had in his whole career. There's 16 Premier League seasons. He's only 5 from reaching Aguero, who's here for a decade. How has he managed to get these numbers? Is it him or is it the team? How has he managed to make everyone else's numbers?
He did it in Salzburg, he did it in Germany. Yeah, the numbers are ridiculous. Ridiculous. So he can compete in terms of goals with Cristiano Messi. The numbers are unbelievable at his age, short age, amount of goals, and He's an incredible threat for us, and we are really, really happy to have him, and hopefully he can be here for many, many years. So it will be a good for us, really good for us.
Hi, Pep. How's Matteo?
I didn't speak with the doctors, to be honest. I think it was a knock. Liam Delap, we know we always here so aggressive with that, and unfortunately, hopefully we have 7 days until the next game, so hopefully he can recover.
And Issa Kabore was on the bench today. Is he a player you see being part of the first team squad this season?
Maybe. Trained really good, and he helped us, in the positions like sometimes we need it. Yeah, maybe. We have to decide. It's not already decided.
Embargo for 10:30 on Sunday evening. We'll start with Rob in the middle here, please, Paul. Thank you.
Obviously, Erling's already had incredible success since he's been here, but listening to you talking, it sounds like you think he's in the best physical shape that you've seen him since he arrived.
He feels good, yeah. Last season always problems with the hips, problems with the ankle, in the knee. This season, of course, he take care of himself with the physios really well, but I had the feeling that he's sharper. After training session, stay longer to practice crosses on controls or whatever, and last season never happened because it was not perfect. And with his body has to be perfect to perform in that level, and that's why you have an incredible organization to help the players, to be as much comfortable to perform at their best.
Other managers are going to listen to you talk about him. He's already scored nearly 100 goals and worry slightly that you're talking about a player who is in the best shape since you've seen him. He's already scored 100 goals.
Yeah, he had already scored, right?
He's getting close towards 100 goals, and you're telling other managers that he is finally in the best shape that you've seen him.
No, last season was fine, but it was not. He said to all of you, I think so, to me, but it's good. So now it's 1 game a week. I have to see how happen when we start the crazy schedule for all of us, all the teams, after international break. So when after start Champions League, Carabao Cup, Premier League, and of course, with the absence from Oscar, can play in that position as well because it's really good. And of course, Erling is irreplaceable, from many, many aspects. But we will find a way. We will find a way when he's not playing, for rest or for any other circumstances. Hopefully not, to find a way to continue to be